If you are a man looking for more energy, focus, and self-control, I have prepared a powerful ebook that will show you how semen retention can transform your life. Link in the first pinned comment. Have you ever been told that it's normal to only last a few seconds? What real man goes fast because he is intense? Well, a lie packaged as advice. The truth is that coming quickly isn't intensity, it's lack of control. And if you believe this is your destiny, then prepare yourself, because what you will discover here may turn your mind inside out. Imagine being able to control your ejaculation naturally, feeling the pleasure increase without fear, without rush, without a sudden drop in energy. This is not only possible, it is your right. It seems too good to be true, right? Even more so if you've tried everything, different positions, thinking about strange things, last-minute techniques, and nothing worked. But the problem is not you. That's what they taught you. And the most curious thing, true control doesn't start in the body, it starts in the mind. And it goes further. It involves your nervous system, your breathing, and a complete reprogramming of the way you deal with sexual energy. What you will learn here is not found on any corner. This is for those who are ready for a leap towards its real power. And it all starts now. Before any technique, trick, or ritual, there is a question that man needs to have the courage to face in the mirror. How is my control today? No filter, no judgment, just him with himself. It's like adjusting the radio to tune to the right frequency with the creator of the universe. It needs honesty. Many avoid this introspection, but it is exactly at this point that peace begins to be born within man. When you look at yourself truthfully, the light manifests itself like a lighthouse showing where the mismatch is. There's no point wearing a mask of self-confidence at the right time if inside the guy is anxious, afraid, or just hoping not to fail. Prosperity in bed begins long before the act. It starts in the mind. Imagine a man who lives under pressure all day long, demanding himself, comparing himself, sabotaging himself. How can we expect him to be present in the most intimate moment if he doesn't even know what he's like inside? Therefore, self-reflection is like sharpening a sword before battle, essential. What if he wants to start now? A good way is to keep a diary for a week, writing down the emotional patterns that appear before, during, and after sex. How does he feel? What triggers nervousness? Are you ashamed? Blame? Afraid of not being enough? These are all portals to consciousness. And awareness, my friend, is the first step to taming the beast. The next piece of this puzzle involves debunking myths that confuse more than help. You have a lot of advice out there that is more of a hindrance than a help. One of the biggest myths that men swallow is the idea of, press here when the time is right and it will solve the problem. It's nothing more than desperation disguised as technique. It's like trying to hold up a dam with duct tape. It seems to work for a few seconds, but then everything collapses. True control does not arise from emergency measures, but from a state of presence and in tune with inner peace. Jonathan White gets it right when he demystifies these popular tactics that, in practice, only reinforce tension in the body. The guy thinks he's gaining dominance, but he's feeding the cycle of anxiety. The creator of the universe did not design the human body to function with panic commands. True control comes from awareness, calm, and connection with the light that guides the body's sensations. When man is in harmony with this energy, he understands that the problem is not the stimulus, it is the reaction. So, the next time you hear that advice like, think of your grandmother, or hold the muscle tightly, laugh internally and go another way. The path of the wise is not one of nervous improvisation, it is one of continuous preparation. And that's when we begin to delve into an ancient, simple, and powerful secret that is within everyone's reach: breathing. And not just any breath, but the one that accesses the center of the soul. Breathing deeply isn't just for monks or people trying to calm down in traffic. It is a golden key for those who want to master their own bodies and enjoy true sexual prosperity. When a man breathes with his belly, very slowly, feeling the air descending, he sends a clear message to the nervous system: it's okay, you can relax. And when the body relaxes, the mind connects with the creator of the universe and the presence settles firmly. Most people live on automatic, breathing only with their chest, as if they were in a constant state of alert. This type of shallow breathing accelerates the heart, creates tension, and activates the escape or enjoy mode. Have you seen this? The guy hasn't even started and he's already at the end. True peace, the one that sustains control, only appears when breathing becomes conscious, deep, and rhythmic. It's like dancing to the rhythm of the universe, and the universe, my friend, is never in a hurry. If you want to practice now, it's simple. Lie down, place one hand on your chest and the other on your belly. Take a deep breath and see which hand moves. The right one is the belly. Do this for 10 minutes a day, especially before bed. Little by little, the body relearns to live in the state of light. And when the light comes on, the next step is to realize that perhaps everything you thought you needed to strengthen actually needs to relax. For a long time, they sold the idea that strengthening the pelvic floor was the magic formula for control. Kegel has become a fashion, an app, an internet challenge. But look, too much tension in this region is like an alarm going off too soon. When a man contracts all the time, the body interprets it as a sign that something is about to happen, and guess what? It happens. The creator of the universe did not design this system to be stuck. Natural flow calls for balance, not rigidity. What I'm explaining here is much more detailed in my ebook, The Power of Semen Retention. There is a simple step-by-step guide for you to apply in your everyday life. It's really worth it. The great turning point comes when man learns to relax this musculature. Yes, relax. It seems counterintuitive, right? But that's where the secret lies. When the pelvic floor is calm, the nervous system understands that there is no threat, and peace takes the place of anxiety. It's like changing the explosion mode to expansion. The light begins to circulate more fluidly throughout the body, instead of being trapped in one point, asking to escape. A useful exercise is to lie down with your knees bent, feet on the floor, and pay attention to the base of your torso. Inhale deeply and, as you exhale, intend to release the entire pelvic region. Do this for a few minutes, without rushing. This is when you begin to change your internal programming. And speaking of programming, what follows will show you that control is directly linked to a much deeper and silent system, the nervous system. Few people realize it, but the body responds to past experiences as if they were still happening. When a man grows up hearing that sex is wrong, dirty, or that a real man has to prove something, it becomes a record in the nervous system. The result? Every time intimacy begins, the body goes into alert mode, activating the sympathetic system, the same one that the creator of the universe created to escape a tiger. And instead of peace, comes haste. This rush to finish quickly, the fear of failing, the anxiety even before the touch, all of this is a reflection of a conditioned body. It's not a lack of desire, it's an excess of tension. Therefore, the key is to reprogram the system, learning to cultivate states of relaxation and security. When man begins to access the parasympathetic system, that of tranquility, digestion, light, time slows down and pleasure expands. The mind becomes clearer and the body more sensitive. Do you want a simple practice for this? Gentle yoga, nature walks, and even long baths with deep breathing. This regulates the system like an orchestra tuning before a show. Little by little, the body relearns what security is. And security, in this context, is synonymous with control. The next key turn is learning what to do with this previously wasted energy. And then comes an ancient secret of internal movement. There is an ancient, almost forgotten art that teaches man not to waste his energy, but to transform it. Instead of leaving everything accumulated in the genitals, ready to explode, it is possible to redirect this force throughout the body. It's like taking a river that overflows its banks and digging canals to irrigate the land. When this energy rises, it nourishes the mind, the heart, the organs, and even spirituality. Prosperity becomes a vibrant experience, not only material, but vital. The secret here is what Taoists call the microcosmic orbit. A beautiful name for a very practical process. Feeling the energy go up the spine on the inhale and down the front of the body on the exhale. Just like that. With training, this becomes natural. Man begins to feel the light coursing through his being, and what was once a tension about to be released becomes a creative force circulating in a spiral. This is connecting with the creator of the universe on a cellular level. If you want to start now, sit in silence for a few minutes. Take a deep breath, and as you inhale, imagine the energy rising from the base of your spine to the top of your head. As you exhale, feel it moving down the front of your body and into your lower abdomen. Do this daily. It is a ritual of personal mastery. And when that energy learns to circulate, something magical happens. The pleasure becomes deep, unhurried, and can last as long as you want. It seems like something out of a fictional movie, but orgasm without ejaculation is more real than many people imagine. And no, it's not about getting frustrated or holding back until you explode later. It's another level of pleasure, broader, deeper, more spiritual. When man learns to circulate energy instead of letting it escape, he accesses a state of peace and ecstasy that can last minutes, even hours. And the best, without that sudden drop in energy that comes right after the climax. Most are used to the rapid rise, explosion, fatigue cycle. But there is another path, that of expansion. Man loses nothing. On the contrary, he gains vitality, mental clarity, and an intense connection with the light within. It's not about holding back, it's about transforming yourself. Imagine an artist who learns to paint with all the colors on the palette, not just black and white. That's the feeling. And all this with the blessing of the Creator of the universe pulsing inside the body. In practice, this requires training, yes. But nothing impossible. Techniques such as tightening the perineum at the right time, along with breathing and circulating energy, allow the body to experience pleasure without release. And when that happens, time seems to stop. The man feels that he is in control, like an alchemist of his own energy. And to master this art, you need patience, presence, and training that requires more than strength. It requires mastery. This is where the game really changes. Anyone seeking control over their sexual energy needs to understand that this is not a magic button, it is a path. Kung Fu, in the original sense, means work done with dedication over time. And that's exactly it. Each deep breath, each relaxation of the pelvic floor, each time you circulate energy throughout the body, is an additional brick in this construction of internal prosperity. It's not superhero training. It is a daily, simple, and conscious practice. In the morning, before bed, or even in the middle of the day, stop for 5 minutes, close your eyes, breathe with your abdomen, relax the base of your body, and feel the energy. It's a silent conversation with the Creator of the universe, a fine tune with what keeps you alive. Little by little, what seemed impossible before begins to happen naturally. And peace becomes the default state. Yes, there will be days when it seems like you have regressed. There will be days when the body wants to return to the old pattern of rushing. But that's where the real training happens. Persistence is the language of the wise. And as the body reprograms itself, a new sexual identity begins to emerge. Firm, sensitive, conscious. And what really supports this process goes far beyond technique. It has to do with how much you believe you deserve to experience this transformation. Deep down, all of this only becomes real when man believes he is worthy of experiencing this level of pleasure, presence, and dominance. There's no point in having the techniques, the books, the videos, if inside he still thinks he doesn't deserve it. The Creator of the universe makes no distinction between who can or cannot access the light. This strength is available to everyone, but it only truly blossoms when the person decides to make space for it within themselves. And this space begins with the simple act of valuing yourself. Many carry old guilt, trauma, hidden shame. They think that sexual control is only for Oriental masters or guys who meditate all day. Nonsense. The common man, the one who wakes up early, takes the bus, faces bills, and tries to do the best with what he has, he also has the right to prosperity at this level. And that's exactly why this knowledge needs to be spread. Because when a man transforms, he transforms everything around him. So, if you've made it this far, know, you're already walking a path that few have the courage to take. It's not just about lasting longer. It's about reconnecting with the source that created you, rediscovering your power and using it to live more fully. And the question that remains is, if you have already started to feel this strength within yourself, are you ready to take the next step? Now tell me, after all this, are you going to continue believing that coming quickly is normal? Are you going to continue living on automatic, letting energy escape without direction, without purpose? Or will you start practicing, take a deep breath, reconnect with your body, and master what has always been rightfully yours? The Creator of the universe has placed an immense power in you, and it's time to use it with consciousness, with presence, with light. The peace you seek is not about lasting longer. It's about knowing yourself deeply and becoming the master of your own energy. So, are you going to keep waiting, or are you going to act? Are you ready to break the cycle of frustration and transform your energy into a source of prosperity? Start applying what you learned here today. Practice. Wrong. Adjust. But it doesn't stop. Every step is an advancement. And if this made sense to you, leave a like, subscribe to the channel and activate the bell, because there is still a lot of content coming to raise your consciousness, your power, and your performance. The revolution starts within you. Let's go. Don't leave it for later. Click on the first pinned comment, purchase the ebook, and start changing your energy, your mind, and your life today.